So this second video here is going to look at how to draw a front view, and then from there the top view, and then dimensioning it all, and then printing. So there's a fair few steps we're going to go through in this video. So first of all, we'll start with the front view. So line tool. Now I'll start 20 mil across, so I'll hover over that point there, hover and drag. When my line tool is selected, type in 20, enter. Okay, then I'll start 80 high, enter. 10 across, enter. Link unlock that. Enter twice. So enter twice basically redoes the same command. So we'll start from this point. Now it's 480 long, 480, enter. Now as we can see, it's outside the screen. So I'm just going to show you how to move that back into the screen. So there's two types of selection tools. One is when you drag to the left and it comes up as a green box. Now this will select anything that it touches. So we can see here as it does that, anything it touches it selects. Now if we were to click and select from the right, it only selects anything which it totally encompasses. So as we can see, now it's selected, now those lines are selected, that one, and now the long lines are selected. So that's a little handy trick which is quite useful. So for example, now when I'm selecting it all, if I drag to the right, it won't select this layout line here, versus if I went like this, it would select everything. So click and drag like that. Now to move, we can either click our move tool up here, which I can't find for some reason. Oh, there we go, move, or we can start typing. I always normally type it because it's a lot easier and quicker. So M for move, enter, M, enter. Then continue reading what it says. So specify base point, so I want to start from there. And then where do you want to move it to? So right close to the edge. And that's it there, it fits in. So I'm not actually going to go over exactly how to draw the rest of this drawing. If you use your dimensioned isometric drawing, you'll be able to figure out how to draw an orthogonal. Otherwise I'll just be spoon feeding you exactly what to do. So we'll leave that from there. And I'll go to my nearly finished product. Now I've left a few details out and I've made a few little mistakes on purpose so that it doesn't show you all the answers. Okay. Now I'm going to show you one other hidden detail line in here and what we can do to put that in there. A little trick. So to start with that, I'm going to draw a 45-degree line. Now 45-degree lines only work if the distance between the front view and the side view, so this distance here, so 17.2 is the same as this distance here. Okay, so if your distance is wrong, we'll change that. So if we draw a line, 20 mil, enter, and then 20 mil from here, enter. Then from there, if we move our objects, so highlight it using the blue selection tool again, M, enter. Base points from there, and we want to move it to the end of that line. So there we go. So now it's moved to 20 mil. Now we're going to select this one, M, enter, move from that base point just to there. So now they're exactly 20 mil and 20 mil. So from here we can draw a 45-degree line. So we choose the top right point of the drawing, 45 degrees. Now I want to be in hidden detail. L, enter, from this point to here, from here to here to here. Actually, you can even do this. You can hover over and it locks on. So this one, delete. This one's a whole line, so I'll trim it. T, R, enter twice. And there we have it. So that shows the hidden detail lines behind here. Now there still is a few hidden detail lines missing, and a few little mistakes. I'll just leave that and see if anyone can find those. Next of all, I'm going to go into dimensioning. So we have our dimension layer here. So we'll first select our dimension layer, and then we'll go annotate. So now we have our dimensions, we have multi-line text, and we have up here AS1100 scale. So these are different scales and they correspond with the scale you're drawing in. So if we were to draw in scale 1 to 2, we wouldn't want to use scale, for example, 8 because it will be really big. Okay, so it doesn't suit our scale. So choose scale 2. And then we have our dimension tools here. And then yours is slightly different. I'm pretty sure it has a drop down menu under dimensions here. And it looks a bit like this, and you can select it. So mainly we start with linear dimensions, but you'll also probably be using some radius for this radius over here, or diameter, either or. Angle tools will be good in year 10, but mainly we stick with linear and align, so I'll click linear. Now there's a few things with dimensions that I just wanted to talk about. So if I were to draw that there, and this dimension here, and then say this one here. Now there's a few mistakes with these dimensions. First of all, you shouldn't dimension inside of a drawing where possible. So if we click that line, we should bring that outside. Just for example's sake, we might just move that there. Put this here. The other thing you shouldn't do is you shouldn't have larger dimensions underneath a smaller dimension. So this larger dimension should always be on top. Okay, so I'll bring this back down. It should be about 12 millimeters away. So I'll bring this one back down, like that. And then I'll bring this one. So any dimensions which aren't above should be aligned with the other dimensions, like so. For example, I'll make another example. If I was to do dimensions here, these shouldn't be staggered like that. They should be in the same. So I'll escape. I'll click this one, and I want to move it this side. And then I'll escape again, click this dimension, and not quite, line it up. I'll do another one. Now this drawing is particularly hard because there's not much space between the ends, but just for argument's sake, I'm just going to move this drawing outside for now. Now then, you should not dimension like this. So the reason for this is we have what's called, a very important word, a redundant dimension. This basically means one of these dimensions is not needed because you can access all the information from these three dimensions already. So for example, if I added 18, 12 and 10, I'd get 40, so I don't need 40. However, it's probably best to leave an overall dimension. That way it makes it a bit easier to draw. So I'll probably get rid of the 18 millimeter dimension and then leave it there. So I can subtract 40 minus 12 minus 10 will give me 18 there. So that's called redundant. Another example would be, if I went to my linear, if I drew a linear dimension here. Now again, I shouldn't have it inside the drawing, so move it outside the drawing. Escape. Now if I was to draw a radius too, this is another example of a redundant dimension. Because I have the radius, I know that if that's the radius, halfway to the end is 6, I know that's 12 the whole way. So I'll just get rid of that dimension, delete. And there we have it, radius 6. And so basically your dimensioning must be done sufficiently so that if you were to give this to another person, they would be able to complete the production of this product without asking any questions. They should be able to find all of the information from your dimensions. Now we have finger joints in here, and if you want to make it a bit clearer, you could use an annotation. So click multi-line, and if we click here, we can write, we always write in capitals also, finger joint. Okay, there's our finger joints. Now I'll let you guys continue dimensioning all that, I won't actually get there. And your front view shouldn't look like that. So the next stage is adding text. So again, multi-line text is here. Choose the scale of your drawing. Click multi-line text. Click where you want to do it. Type in your views. Top view. Make it fit. Control C, Control V. So just copy that and paste that. Front view. Okay, so you should have it fully dimensioned with your views labeled. From here we need to print it, so we'll go into our print layer, so scale 2. Now often yours will come up with a background, so to get rid of that, if you right click options and then you click on display colors and then change the color, so it will be on white, change it to black, apply and close. Okay, and that'll change it to black, which so you can read it. The next step is to fill in our title block down the bottom here. So there's lots of information you can include, for example the material, the title, the project, so it's an isometric drawing, who it's drawn by, the date. Please get rid of the check by and prove by dates and blank space. I'll write in that once I check your drawings. So sheet numbers, if for example if you're in year 10, 11 and 12 and you have multiple drawings, for example 3 sheets, you'd use one of 3 sheets. Scale, that should already be given, scale 1 to 2. Blackwood, and to actually type this in, a very quick and easy method is to select title, Control C, and then just Control V, click, double click, and then type in the title. And then just click it and move it into position. From here we'll print, so once all information's filled, file, print, it's okay, choose your printer, make sure it's A3. Now when we print we always preview. The reason for this is often there's mistakes, things to find that you actually wouldn't have seen before. So go to preview, have a look in, so I'm missing dimensions, I should move that over, but there's a few benefits of using the preview before you actually print. So once you're fine with it, everything's okay, if you right click plot, okay, that'll print, or otherwise you can just exit and print from there. Hope that helps, guys.